Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, the first thing that I've been guided to look at in the reading today is what are the divine masculines believing to be possible on the journey at this time. Already a card has, I just heard anything. Hanged Man. Their known world has screeched to a halt. Something that they thought was a sure thing has resulted in having to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so I'm just listening to guidance here on what possibly to ask next. What else do we need to know? What do the divine masculines think is possible? So we see anything. What else can we know about that? So we are getting, King of Pentacles and the Star of Destiny. So this is commitment. This is the entrepreneur. This is long-term energy, legacy energy, the master of the 3D within their empowerment on their destined path. So they feel like they're sitting pretty in some way. They are in their highest timeline. However, something has, I heard, dropped out from under them, fallen away, transpired that they didn't expect. A new kind of plot twist is what I'm getting. So let's see what that means. They're really poised for anything. I believe I'm seeing that the divine masculines have mostly freed themselves from karma. But let's take a look at what can we know for the next potentials with divine feminine. Wow, we're getting the World and the Tower, and what is it? 10 of Cups. So this did kind of come out in the upright, the Tower in the reverse, 10 of Cups. Their idea of happiness has suddenly transformed. Whatever this pause in their 3D is, whatever this Hanged Man represents, whatever the revelation of truth that's being shown to them. They thought they were going in one direction, and then everything changed. Their idea of happiness, their priorities shifted, their loyalties shifted. I just heard something finished. The karmic lesson finished. Oh, that's what it is. So they learned their karmic lesson. So the reasons they thought they were doing certain things on their destined path, they were headed towards a goal, an expectation, an attachment because of karmic manifestation, because they were going towards a certain, I heard, contrived outcome. That is wrapped up, and now their idea of happiness is changing because the hollow pursuit I just heard. So whatever they were pursuing, manifesting, headstrong towards, possibly materialism, possibly something in the 3D, possibly connections based on finances or material realm, status, image, reputation, all of that stuff has wrapped up. The lesson's been seen, and now the idea of happiness is changing. So anything is possible. I'm not getting a clear answer on what they want with you, divine feminine, because I feel like the priority is just having this sort of reality check. But what can we see for the unions, for the connections? What are the divine masculines in line for in these connections under these circumstances? Wow, we get the Tower. We get the Tower for the second time here. So this is an external Tower resulting from this internalized recalibration of what happiness is. The external Tower, there's some understanding of heartache and fear holding back, a major transformation, third party energy here. So this has to do with something painful Another layer of things being shed from the masculine's lives that they've been hanging on to, thinking that it was happiness. So attachment and ego indicate how painful things are, or how fearful we are to let go of certain things. This is kind of the energy that those things are being removed because they're not in alignment. And as the divine masculines ascend, there is a necessary changing of circumstances that no longer align. When we're in flow, we're in non-attachment. We don't have pain. Naturally, we just don't have pain when certain things come and go. We understand that they are not meant for us. But the divine masculines had hopes and dreams connected with something, possibly people, possibly business. There are energies here that the masculines are, I heard even old wounds that hadn't been dealt with are coming to the surface. So there is, whether it's new or old. So if your divine masculine has let go of karmic situations, has become spontaneous, or if you watching divine masculine, if you've come into a sovereign motion, this could be old things coming up. This is interesting because I'm getting the message of the individuation from the mother of the last few readings, and this is sort of the layer of the divine masculine's own personal accountability. Once the mother is no longer at fault, no longer subconsciously blamed for things, the divine masculines are now processing the more personal karmas, the consecutive relationships or interactions that were based on the faulty dynamics learned from the generational stuff. Once we go out in the world and we act on those programs, we bring in our own karma in our own right, running on those programs. So that's the layer I'm feeling here, that the divine masculines are grieving the loss of the things that they initiated based on what they thought they were meant to have as success in the world. There's foolishness and forgiveness and acceptance and accountability all bundled up in this. So there's deep processing. So if the masculines haven't let go of these things that were based on faulty foundations, they're kind of being taken from the masculines right now. So it doesn't seem like it's like the optimum time to come together in union, but it's all union energies because it's all the process. Let's just get a straightforward message. What would the masculines say to the feminines here? Let's talk. And I know you are my twin flame. Wow, so it looks like the final proof that the masculines who have had multiple options or another direction in their life, whatever that was, has culminated in a dead end or has completely poof, vanished. And now all of the knowing of the journey has been confirmed, and for many, they know that the divine feminine is their twin flame. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to clean those up and get the reading now. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the Divine Masculine Collective that joins me here? I just saw the Victory and the Two of Cups, so one-on-one love is victorious here, and that would stand to reason if the Divine Masculines are recognizing the twin flame connection now. So what is it we can see Divine Masculines thinking specifically about these connections with the feminine, feeling for the feminine on the heart space? What actions are being taken? What are the wishes? Sorry, what actions are being taken? What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit-guided solution for that challenge? And where are the energies going in the near future? Yep, let's get one for the Divine Feminines to clarify. Okay, so Divine Masculines. Oh, I'm being told to shuffle one more time. Three more times. Oh, saw the new beginning union. Interesting. 2, 3, or waking up to that slate being cleared so that a brand new way can initiate. Okay, so what are the masculines thinking? Yeah, cleaning up this Tower moment, the karma. The 5 of Wands is the karma for the things that they didn't trust their intuition regarding. This is also showing them where they didn't trust their intuition and followed the love here. This is also showing that the karma was the difference between believing you were not too good to be true and pushing this away, resisting, resenting, wedging between. That resistance that the masculines have had. In Divine Feminine's progress, we have the card of progress. So there is motion forward, even though this may not look like it's directly related, or that your Divine Masculine is somewhere off on left, out in left field. There is a lot of conscious awareness of how skewed vision, perspective, misconceptions create whole realities in our minds that can be faulty. It's like the Divine Masculines are realizing that they were misled, that they misled themselves. And that's a big blow to the ego, that we can get something so wrong. Okay. Being told that that's just one aspect of it and that there's so much more good in it, but that is just a particular thread that they're looking at right now. What are they feeling on the heart space? Secretly, they know that you are at your edge, at your limit. They know that you could have a thing or two to say about why they weren't into you more in the past and why suddenly now they are. They know that they want to handle that with tact and grace and timing. And they're trying to figure out how to communicate this to you and unify a reunion. So this is the reunion energy. We have been seeing this for the last week. This card has been quite a frequent card. And so they want to reconcile. This is inner child healing, and if you look at inner child healing, we do get that imprinting from our parents that causes us some of the misconceptions that we're focusing on this theme. And then when we go out into the world and affect our own karma, that's also childhood cleanup, when we change the error of our ways. So they want to talk to you about this. They want to compare notes, be transparent, come clean, I just heard. Be in your presence too, and find comfort in the connection. What is it that the masculines are wishing? Oh, there's that 3 of Swords. There's the Twin Flame card. They want to step out of their comfort zone and actually tackle some of this elephant in the room energy, this heartache, the misconceptions, the tenderness. They want to actually embrace the path of healing forward and end burden for this passionate new beginning. Yeah, they want to be a torchbearer for the light, I just heard. They want to be the story of the overcomer, the hero's journey. So I'm feeling quite a bit of preparation to tell the triumphant story, and to even for some come together and talk it out so that there's more of an understanding. The masculines are just coming to this plot twist, a new chapter, the final chapter of separation, I just heard. What actions are being taken? Watching for signs and synchronicities that it's time. You know, we've been seeing this energy that the Divine Masculines are increasingly aware that it is not their own decision to withhold the connection from the feminine, that they have always been following their instinct, and that that's not a bad thing. They get a bad rap, it's the cross to bear, that it looks like they are not loving. Sometimes they're mystified. Why am I not feeling more connection? Why am I not feeling more drawn to my feminine? All of that. So forgiveness of self, knowing the love is here, but not always feeling free to go towards it. On behalf of themselves, they are processing that energy. On behalf of you and the connection divine feminine, they're forgiving themselves for possibly hurting you inadvertently. They're deeply going into the energies of divine timing and balancing out and bringing in self-love, so that there hasn't been mistakes on the journey, but more divine orchestration. What can we see? Total enlightenment, divine feminine. This is where we do surrender to the divine plan and know that nothing really is our own credit, our own hard work, nothing. Everything is revealed to us. I'm in a little bit of a humble inner meditation about the lot in life and the luck of the draw and where we're born and how we incarnate. There's just a huge eye-opener here about the way it all works for each of the divine masculines. They're really coming into a grander understanding of the span of their life and the different themes, different converging timelines, the different reasons for things. It's being illuminated. It's coming in very, I just heard grandiose right now. It's really showing up and evident. Things they hadn't seen before are arising. What is the biggest challenge at this time? Perseverance, keeping with it, continuing to channel the understanding for the divine feminine and masculine. This is very eclipse energy, you know, we're like that far away from the eclipse coming up with the sun and the moon, the keys here of unconditional love. I was just being shown that when these converge in the eclipse, that the keys drop down and they're no longer at odds. The eclipse energy is coming into alignment, into union, and we're getting closer and closer. So the eclipse is working its way within the consciousness of the divine masculines to be bringing this stuff to light, to be illuminating the nuance. Healthy boundaries. So leading up to the eclipse on the 30th, we're getting this ability to set a new standard, a new code of conduct, a new bar. As things are being seen more and more, but also the burden, as the burden becomes unbearable. Certain things are simply exhausting and rendered abstract. Things that no longer apply are such a energy and time suck. Right now it's quite easy to say, I just don't want to do that. So whatever is coming up, divine counterparts that indicates I just don't want to do that, you know, that's some of the karmic clues right now I'm being told. What is the solution to the perseverance right now? Oh my gosh. Unconditional love and the legacy coming in. So this too shall pass, I just heard. So all of the things that are closing out right now, being eclipsed out, we're meant to let go of them with grace and to understand that there is this long-term benevolent timeline coming in for the twins. The shadow, the 3D. So divine feminines, this is the illusion and the things playing out in the 3D, and this is the higher timelines about to land. So I'm just being told, don't believe the hype of the 3D. Whatever is going on, whatever this shadow is, literally the prayer of show me the love. If you can't see it, show me how, asking to be shown how love and long-term energy can result from what is being witnessed. What would the teaching, the aspect, what would the illusion or the hidden irony be? The hidden paradox, the duality. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So for whatever 3D scenario is going on that seems to have binding, there is an opposite freedom. What would that be? Divine Feminines. That takes a little bit of Jedi mind trick to get into that. So if you're up for it, give that a shot. What is the direction? Oh, here's the eclipse. More spirituality, sacred ceremony towards the eclipse. This is karma, eclipse. So we're coming up to the eclipse energy here. 10 of crystals again. So that was the solution. Unconditional love is the way forward for long-term abundance. Don't believe the hype of the 3D. Things are being eclipsed out. Karma is being shed. Stay grounded. Stay energetically focused. Stay on course. And really keep setting those, I'm getting this sacred ceremony kind of energy. Set the intentions during this eclipse to release with grace anything that is not for you, is what I'm hearing. What can we see for the feminines? Spiritual sovereignty, astral travel, and timelessness. Only you are accountable for your karma. This is a time to really clean up shop on your end of the energy. Don't focus too much on your masculine. Trust that the energies are working their way through your divine counterpart's life, and set your course correction towards joy, playfulness, and pleasure. Allow yourself to be spiritually sovereign so that you don't have guilt or shame for following your bliss. It's time to focus on that right now, Divine Feminines. That's going to do more to set your priority scales into balance so that the things meant for you can come in. What is it we can see for the masculines? Gate of returning, entrance, death, rebirth, and passage, and the great elation, reconfiguration, cycles, and gratitude. Coming back into alignment, there is I'm seeing in my mind's eye this vision of the masculines holding a curtain that got the cosmos and a new reality, and they're all simultaneously walking towards the timelines with the feminines, pulling in this new backdrop of reality, a new timeline. They're like pulling it and marching across the planet. How interesting. There's a lot of archetypal stuff in that vision. So yeah, there is this return. It's the unveiling of the new higher timelines. But it's hard won, and there's a lot of work, Divine Masculines. Coming back with the higher awareness. Continue to interpret all things that have happened through the eyes of love, everybody. Bye for now.